Hi, we are Group 2. This is Chen Lei speaking. My peer is Rui Hong and Wen Qi. We are discussing how international students build a relationship in their college lives in the US. Our question is how college students treat the relationship in a diverse culture. The reason why we think about this question and topic is because international students always are puzzled about how to build a relationship and friendship in the totally strange American campus life. As we see, after a few weeks at the beginning of the new semester, international students always choose to make friends with new students with the same nationality. Besides, it's admitted that the attitudes towards the relationship and friendship in diverse cultural backgrounds are completely different. So, our group members are interested in researching this aspect to discuss how international undergraduate students build a relationship in their college lives in the US.
This is Rui Hong speaking. To solve this problem, we will discuss the international student and native student treat to the relationship these words respectively. First, we will discuss how international students think about the relationship between American students. In this part, we will use two research methods. The first one is a journal reading, and the second one is a personal interview. Most international students think it is quite hard for them to make friends with native American students, since native students seem so independent and believe individualism. Rather than most international students hang out all the time, native students prefer to finish everything alone. Friendship is a superficial word in their mind. For example, some of the international students have the native roommate. It seems they have more opportunity to know more about the native student. In fact, the condition is on the contrary. She let me know that I'm her roommate and nothing more, says Midori. Most international students are being through this experience like Midori. The distance between international students and the American roommate friendship seems very close, but it is truly hard to have. I also interviewed some of my classmates from China about this question. The most frequent feeling they mentioned is a sense of distance. The first interviewer is Xiaomeng Huang. She is a transfer student from China, and she lives with an American girl who comes from Ohio. She thought compared with her roommate in previous university in China, native students in OSU are more easygoing and enthusiastic. They would greet to everyone and always willing to communicate with others. It seems like native students are very easy to become friends, but Xiaomeng Huang also found that the tie between native students is not so tight. Despite they have many familiar people in campus and could be counted into the popular students, while most of the familiar people are not the truly friend. I interviewed Yao Wang on October 7th. She is a junior student from Fisher College of Business and has studied in America for 2 years. She said, I think the relationship between native students just like Chinese students. They believe their relationship on the communication. If they have the common topic to say, they would be willing to develop further relationship. And maybe that is a reason for international students have always feeling a little hard to make friends with native students, since the living background and culture is totally different. Another friend of mine, Yu Cheng Huang, accepted my interview on October 8 and said native students prefer to enjoy personal life, and they always prefer to go to the gym and the library by themselves. They always have their own plan and seldom tell anybody else. So the relationship between them is superficial. Although I talked with some of my American classmates many times, but I always feel that they just treat me as a stranger. Our relationship can't develop further. We could use 3 words to describe American style friendship, that is, independence, superficiality, and individualism.
This is Chen Lei speaking. The viewpoint of the American students to the relationships between international students are separated into 3 different attitudes. This is including they truly do not care, they appreciate but think it's not suitable for themselves and they wish to have one. An African American named Sean Ventura said he's never thought about these problems because in his daily life there is only a few close connection to the international students. Due to his friends are all American students, especially the African American, he does not care about how the relationships among the international students is. The non-political mainly agrees this idea. A RA named Shannon Marks side because she needs to communicate with the international student who lives in the floor of dorm she charges. She is relatively familiar about the relationship among the international students are. She thought sometimes she wants to have a friendship like this big among the Chinese students, especially the good friends who live together, which they often choose to do so because they could look after each other, share their secrets to each other, and often hang out having fun together. It's less opportunity to feel lonely. She noticed that it's not suitable for herself because it's possible that friends lived closely in one room will create the quarrels. Moreover, the one roommate always need to ask another one like, I'm going to eat, would you come with me? Or I'm going to shopping, would you want me to bring something for you? Otherwise, there is a less private between the close friends, especially they live together. And Zhou Guo, an American-born Chinese, thinks similar to what Shanna mentioned. The reason why it's not suitable for her because sometimes she appreciates to be alone keeping quiet. Moreover, American-born Chinese named Yi Zhongwang said he really wants this kind of relationships. Not only they are close in campus daily life, but also they are best friends for each other forever. It's opposite to what the American boys' relationships. It's undeniable that some friendship among the Americans are last for many years, even decades, but usually just say, "Hey man, how are you doing recently?" when they meet together.
This is Winky speaking. According to Veronica A.Cusick's finding that international students' daily schedules in United States contain fewer activities and social interactions than in their hometowns. There is an interesting study designed by Steph Bannock and his colleagues. They chose 36 multicultural classes and observing how the students choose friends. Then they found that a high level of cultural diversity in classes are related to more same-cultural friendship preferences. We want to dig out why the phenomenon happens, except the superficial reasons which mentioned before. Now we focus on the subliminal reasons. As the answers you can see on the slide, they let the international student feel fear and timidity when trying to make foreign friends. Cultural differences could be the main barrier of involvement in local community of international students. International students like us may not hang out all the night and drinking somewhere which sells alcohols, or we might believe in communist party, just joking, instead of in God. Also, we like steamed crabs, but French hates even fear crabs. You can now see the problems. International students have a strong desire to make native friends, not only to get involved in the local community, but also need a company. Americans, most of them desire contact the various cultures too. All we need to do is taking actions. How to make friends. When we were young, our parents taught us to share our candies to peers. Now we are growing up. We need to know how the interaction process working. Most international students found that the conversation between them and the native students are often superficial, so they contribute the typical what's the weather-like relationship, and the actions seem careless and independent to the cultural difference. But you have to understand that it is because under the linguistic barrier and immigration restrictions, you cannot develop an intimate relationship soon, so you cannot expect the closer friendship as quickly as you want. Eric Altman and Demis Taylor suggest a theory called social penetration theory, which illustrates that people can easily share their outer feelings and peripheral items, but guard their private information safely. When you want to promote your relationship deeper, you could share one of your private things, take a risk. And if the other person who has the willingness to develop your relationship, depending on the law of reciprocity, he would share his intimate things. As a result, your relationship would be closer.
Little tips. There are 3 parts of how to get involved in the campus life in a diverse cultural background. The first one is join the social activities like campus organization and clubs. Otherwise, participating in the volunteer group activities is also a good way to know people and build relationships. Second method is in the academic aspect. Knowing people in the classroom is a wise way to build relationships. The third method is in the daily life, because almost every freshman lives in the dorm in the beginning of the new semester. It's really convenient to know, to talk, and to build a relationship with the dorm mate and the other freshmen.
This is Rui Hong. Building relationship with native students could be a hard part for international students to adjust to an entirely new environment, but it is still irreplaceable key to get involved in campus life and culture. So don't be shy and anxiety. Just open your heart and mind to embrace everything in here. And go Bucks! Thank you for watching our video. Thank you.